Angola is found on the western coast of Africa. The area, once home to diverse tribes, was colonized by the Portuguese in the 14th century. It quickly became a source for the then prolific slave trade, and Angola existed under the rule of Europeans for centuries. Independence did not come until 1975, after 14 years of conflict between the Angolan people and their occupiers. Once independence was achieved, the celebrations were short-lived, and the country sank deep in civil war. Old tribal identities fractured the now liberated people into many armed factions who fought with each other for the next 25 years. Hundreds of thousands of Portuguese fled, and there is no accurate count of local casualties, but they certainly numbered in the hundreds of thousands. Conflict ended in 2002, but peace is something that is still being worked toward every day. Many small towns and villages are home to those who fought on different sides of the conflict. Flags of the various groups still fly near many homes. For over a century, and throughout all the conflict of the last several decades, the United Methodist Church has had an active presence in the country, supporting first independence, then working during the Civil War for an end to the hostilities. Now, the church finds itself in a unique position. In the poorer, more rural eastern region, over 60 native Angolans serve as United Methodist pastors in their own communities. Sometimes escorted by UN troops, these pastors work to bring reconciliation to all sides in an effort to bring greater harmony and prosperity to the region. These pastors are often the only ones engaged in this important work, and often the only persons within a day's travel with any sort of training or expertise to carry it out. While the need is great, most of these small farming communities are unable to provide any salary to their pastor. Many church buildings, like this one in the small village of Kimbamba, still bear the scars of the conflict. Bullet holes pepper the front of the building, and the roof was destroyed during the fighting. In response to the obvious need and the fantastic dedication of these men and women, Yellowstone Annual Conference has begun a project to help them as they bring a message of God's transforming grace. Currently, we strive to bring $40 a month to each pastor. By no means providing completely for their needs, this does lessen the burden placed on them and ensures some monetary compensation for their tireless work. It will take many more years to overcome all the pain and division of decades of conflict. Yet, the United Methodist Church will continue to be an agent of peace and reconciliation in an area so much in need of it. By supporting local leaders in bringing healing to their communities, we are doing our utmost to make sure the change is real and lasting. Please consider joining this effort. The generosity expressed on our shores makes a world of difference on theirs. All gifts of any amount are greatly appreciated and needed. For more information or information on how to give, visit www.eastangola.org.